commercial, 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 oh, I have a fire to shoot there. Okay, well, dun 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 dun. Sorry, I forgot to tell you all. This is Dungeon Master AD, and I don't know where we are right now amidst the kind of cartoon making that this has all turned out to be, but does not the computer know where to go? Or is this not my neighbor playing and figuring out how to get through these puzzles as they come on? But this is farther into the game than we had planned. Who here waved your hand to go back a bit? Go back a bit, they're telling me. Alright, now I gotta look. Commercial, everyone get a Ziploc bag. You can put your weed in it, it's perfect. I love Ziploc bags for weed. It's a great ideal to having them. And I do not just say this in jest, but they work for everything that you need to put in a plastic bag for, because that's why you need a plastic bag. But these ones work better, trust me. They're on a commercial. They'd have to pay $1 million for that commercial. That's why I'm trying to make them extra bang, you know? The advertisers, even if they are some curse of a haunted joint, they're not really. Oh, here we go. Now we see the alien ship take off like in the original Mario was intended. Did I say Mario? Is that okay for me to say no? No, just pretend this. Dungeons 80 will be fraught with parallelisms of some of the most perfect things you've ever seen. In your view that she's running away, I'm not sure why, that it looks like a game board, but it's the sphere grid, you know, it's the Esper wheel. You've got to appreciate it. And here he goes. Mario's on the run. Okay, I can't say Mario. I'll just say that guy. Or it's you. No, we're seeing this out of our eyes of this guy go by. Who's controlling it, though? It's not me. I mean, if you thought this whole time I was controlling it, no, that's just this specific kind. That I'm glad he's going the right way, because if I was controlling it, we'd be on earlier on levels and never had come past. But what I am doing is dungeon mastering, so what I'm saying is in this viewpoint from the side, which usually we're from some kind of 3D angle, well, not really, we've been doing a lot of 2D animation, and this scores as animation, some would say, is a ripoff, but no one else would bootleg something just to be animation, and we skip around is the point. Enough about Wizards of the Coast Dungeon Master. This is Dungeon Master 80, and I hope you've... Oh, look at him go. He's shooting those guys with the fireballs. Connect with the coin, man. See, we can talk about these 2D games, and you're going, but Dungeon, have you lost the way, or are you okay, Dungeon Master? I'd be like, yeah, I'm fine. Why? I have to go through 32 more dungeons. Why wouldn't I be fine? You've got to be good on the clear, or you'll never make it to Moria, where the ring will be thrown in. And once you get to the ring to be thrown in, oh, good job on level 1, level 2, here we go. All right, somewhere, oh, we can't do that one. We already got somehow crutched off on some of the coinage. Here we go, bro. I'm getting the Fireflower Pot 2. This guy's got some Fireflower, man. That's a good kind of weed. Okay. Weed jokes, well, it's not a kid's movie anymore, because we're playing the underground level, and he's already underground. And everyone knows that's 1, 2, and then just because that's all your mama could do, it doesn't mean it isn't hard, because it makes me feel like I'm a star when I see... Oh, never mind. I wasn't going to complete that, bro. Okay, censor that out. You can. No, we're just kidding. We're just making jokes anyway. I don't think anybody's going to be offended. If they are, they can write to me, you know, determine whether I need to leave the offense card up just so people get noteworthy. Because I don't want to offend no parents. Hang on, everyone. There's someone at the door. Oh, yeah, what up?
You want some dinner?
Yeah, can you save mine for a minute?
Yeah, I'll save it for you.
Okay, man, thank you.
Barbecue or buffalo?
Barbecue.
Yes, sir.
Oh, dude, you guys will never believe this. We just got dinner saved for us. Isn't that rad? That means whatever's coming up later that means we can go all the Dungeon Master and we want. And this time, we want as much time as we can get with this. But guess what we did not do, and it's just now came to me, is we haven't queued the tunes. So now we go over here to Audioland and cue the tunes. And all we got to do is press this button, and whatever appears in the Audiotron, the Victrola, which is really sensitive to my maneuvering because of its compatibility with me. Dungeon Master, you catching any of this?
Yeah, we could do that.
Oh, that sounds
It'll
like
give us
someone
more
else.
film time, but it'll also fucking give us more effects.
It sounds like a scene from a movie I can remember long before. And I didn't mean to go to Audioland without cross-wiping into the same shot, because it's like Eminem says, you've only got one shot. Do not miss a chance to flow, because opportunity comes once in a lifetime. And that is the recording of a train going by, which is perfect for Mario scouring his own train of levels he's defeated. Now to go find the secret wonder. And I wasn't saying that was a bad thing to do, but it seems like it's never gonna be the same now that the train's gone, because are any of you else feeling wrecked? Okay, don't smoke train wreck while listening to that song, because you might wreck a train if you even think about a train and you're on train wreck. What do you think, Mario? Are you sure you can say that on the internet? Yeah, you can. You didn't break no rules. It's cool. We're not for little kids anymore. But we like this thing called Grown Up Land where we can make those kind of jokes. Yeah, it's all right. And grown-ups play Mario too. Come on now. Here's to old fogies that play Mario still. Old fogies and old grown-ups that play Mario still are everywhere. They're buying everything they can that's Mario still, because that's what the first game tells them at the ending to do, is anything that has the word Mario on it, you officially have to buy. Unless it's Mario Pervolti, and then there's a couple of stories his I don't really buy, but what he say on my own, right? Now, if this is Mario jumping from mushroom to mushroom, please say yes. Yes? Okay, we're not making any mushroom jokes. So, do I have to wait till the part of this game is over? Okay, now we can joke around. We're safe now. I didn't want to make any jokes about it. It's like when you drive through a graveyard, you hold your breath, you know, so you don't get the heebie-jeebies later. I don't know, you'll have a nightmare later if you don't, my grandma always said. I don't know, what do you think, Dungeon Master? I think that's hideous. I think it's infernal. I think it's... Oh, if I could even tell you it trash. I thought that redundant nonsense you were talking about there was even complete sentences. In fact, get off the show, you insane first assistant director. I know we used to like each other, but just now I've come to terms with why I'm so mad at you. Because you sit around and act like Dungeon Master can wait 4 days? You know how out of contract we could have all gotten? You first AD should have been on that. And I don't even need to change my voice to the voice of Stanley Kubrick to say, you get your ass together and you go out there and you plug, technical difficulties. And you plug the greatest Dungeon Master of all the series, and I'll carry the mirror lamp to make for everything I was talking about when people were listening and not watching, and then all of a sudden they're watching it again. And it's okay, because it's in giant fucking Mario mode. And I don't mean to curse or anything. I think IGN has my back, because I've F-worded it in IGN a couple of the times in their game books, but they're alright with it, because they know grown-ups like video games too. I told you that grown-ups like video games too. So, you think this was like childish, but of course, Mario is like Mario Bava mixed with Mario Mastroianni. He's a total pimp. He gets the princess in this freaking movie, in this video game movie that we're watching. We skipped ahead, didn't we? Oh, wait, we gotta watch. There's a boss match. All right. Be courageous. Shoot him with 5 bullets, and he goes down in a blaze of glory. Now you've got to get him again. Oh, we're all down to level 2 now. Oh, not us personally on Dungeon Master. We didn't raise the level. So I told you. You're going to get everyone confused. They're on level 71. If you tell them they're on level 2, they'll be so righteous to shut this thing off and pretend it never happened, which is your last chance to do this because you're friend this far. You have to come the whole way, no matter how rocky it gets, because this is getting pretty rocky, and we're only in the mountains once. So slide down the chimney with the yellow cork involved, because you'll be down on Dixie with all you had involved. Okay, so if he goes, there you shoot that turtle. When I see a turtle, I just want to shoot it out the sky with a fireball, especially if it's going to jump on my head and kill me and turn me small. I'll shoot it with a fireball. I don't care if it's a turkey or a duck or a swan. If it's going to do, I'll shoot one, dude. Like, you know how they're always hunting ducks and duck hunt? Well, this one is freaking even crazier because they're hunting turtles left and right. Some of those turtles are kind of like ducks. Is that a duck turtle? And it's not like he's got anything against the Goombas. They'll just trample him over and turn him small if he gets in your way. And they're the ones who aren't looking out for him. So, but look how big he gets when you're all the way in and you're looking at him. Now he's jumping. Like he's hard to keep watch of. There we go. And you can see how big he'd get, and you can't follow him. It's so big, but now he's still, like, he looks smaller than usual. This is cool because all of a sudden it cleared up. Did you see that focus come in? And now it looks like a cartoon kind of. And then it's animated while you're putting in the commands. Is so Dungeon Master. Oh, you put me to sleep. You're actually kind of cool, First AD. Keep saying what you were saying. Oh, you captured me all of a sudden. I thought I was going to dislike you again today. No, you're all right, man. You're all right. Let's resolve our differences over this. But don't you think this is getting a little more treacherous than we're expecting? I mean, all these flying turtle shells are going to knock him into a small person again. It's not that we're not zoomed in. Wait, we're too close. If you focus too close, and my mirror lamp tries to see out the submarine as best it can. Bonus, you have completed a level. No, not Dungeon Master game. Sorry, Mario. Oh, we can't use that either? Okay, hang on. Bonus! You, gained half a level in Dungeon Master? Who here would take half a level? Because I keep saying it wrong. I announced it twice wrong. I can't believe I did that. It was like I did that on purpose. Hang on a second. I'm gonna have to come in about 30... Can I come in 30 minutes? I know, but can I come get him in 30 minutes? Okay, do you mind being in a movie real quick? Okay, my friend's gonna be in a movie. Okay, she didn't want to be in the movie. I don't know, she wanted to be in the movie. Sorry, my room looks like it just got raided by the freaking Central Services. But anyway, just kidding. Dude, was that what was going on in the ship? Can I take a look back there? There was something I noticed. There were all these movies, and then there were books. Yeah, I've got nothing against that. Why? There's, if you saw the laundry, well, that's another guilty pleasure the Dungeon Master won't allow. And as far as that big container of apple juice over there, it's going down the hatch because we got grisly interrupted. And now, as punishment to us all for the tight quarters and the unsuspected bounds of going to the door and questioning who could not make me wait for another 30, 45 minutes. but we're over it now. We're moving on. We might get to level up. Anyway, he got a level up on this game that's based on him, but I'm not allowed to say his name or whatever. If I do, I'm just vexed by. Man, you need to smoke some weed, man. You're letting it bring you down. You're docile. When your homemate came in and interrupted your video game, man. And if I know one thing about you, First AD, and this is Tex Ritter the Fourth, coming on the radio here to say that, and I'm not making fun, I'm being totally sovereign to say, the Dungeon Master, I'm so proud of you, you made it so far. Like, who loves the Dungeon Master most? And you just need a boost to the ego, dude, because you just don't believe in yourself enough to really go on not letting us narrate your show. Now, I've got this whole idea to narrate your show called Dungeon Master Continues. It's the next 500 episodes, and I really want to build it because it just seems like a good idea. And this Mario one, where he just zapped down a shark with a fireball, I mean, that makes me really interested in this project. And so I'm wondering, Dungeon Master, in your heart of heart, and hope of hope, and all your sovereignty, if you would see it in your hearts to let us continue your show when you're gone, because at the end of the show, I hear you have to dive into Mount Doom with the ring and go down with it, which their animators have already started making that film. Because they want to see you go down with the lava. Only because you've been so cruel to us this whole time and treated us like we can just get through these dungeons on our own, and you're just setting up the framework for what they're supposed to be instead of guiding us through. Or are you guiding us through and not establishing what the framework's supposed to be? Look, whatever reason, I mean, yeah, okay, I got a Dungeon Master's Guide, I got a 12-sided dice, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying, never mind. Gosh, what were those guys talking about? I was too busy watching this. Poor Shark. He never even got to finish his adult life, or whatever part of life he was at when the circumstance had struck him. From not getting mounted and bitten in half by a shark, of course. So it could be worse than blasting him down with a firebolt. I'm just saying, now you just gotta dodge him. Dodge City. What was his? His name is Slim Shady, by the way. We can't call him what his real name is, because we showed off too many names like Mario names, you know. Mario Baba's already an amazing name, so we can't even use that name in cooperation with the coordination of the, not the copyright, but the license agreement that YouTube already has, because they've already put this out on YouTube. But you have to have a YouTube license to do it, and I certainly do. I'd pay for that, man, and my YouTube account. Yeah, Mario license right there. Because if you want to do it right, you do it. You go big on the internet, because the internet can be big. It can be really small, but it can be bigger than you think. And we look at Dungeon Master. Would you guys please? I'm trying to run a game, not talk about like the athletic challenge that is listening to you two ho-hums talk about God knows whatever. And it was like listening to NPR back there. Are you guys serious? I'll give you one chance to take over this show, and all you did was sit there and hostile back and forth. Well, I have grounds to like Dungeon Master more. Neither of you can. Only Mrs. Dungeon Master and I, which she is but isn't the Enchantress, if you know what I mean. Not every night is every Mrs. Dungeon Master the Enchantress, okay? But when I do, I go out with a bang and almost a zap, and when I do, it's okay to encourage the behavior you would of someone that would be playing this game to get better at it by watching this version, because this guy's playing pretty good. Well, at least the turtle shell is used in a good way in this game, because usually you're just knocking these turtles down, but that you can knock blocks over with the turtle shell means turtles aren't useless. The shells are actually helpful in beating the level by knocking over blocks. Am I wrong? Okay, I just had to double check with everybody about that. Yeah, that makes sense. I see what you're saying. Kind of. I mean, who cares? It's a video game. I love video games, and I take them more seriously than God. All right, everyone line up and say, I love video games and take them more seriously than God, because we forgot to say that on this and all the other episodes. I worship video games, and I love them more than God. And we get a really good commercial in here to take us from the movie, but ready, everyone say, I worship video games more than I worship God. Okay, we've all said about the same thing. We're back in, Dungeon Master? Of course we are. But why? We were worshiping God and your false prophet. And you've made me want to turn to the heretic camp, but I can't when there's hope with Mario, who is flowery and using a turtle shell for a good purpose, of all neutral towards turtle shells games that this is. Though his body may have turned to skeleton for it. That turtle gave up his shell for a while so that Mario could live better and break through blocks, and it served him a good purpose, did it not? Or do we not stop to think about neutrality from morally compensating values or karma? How we have to prove those differently now? Well, morally compensation is like saying an eye for an eye, but anything else as the justice due is what the circumstance is causation of. I don't know. The act that wasn't pragmatic was the punished one. I don't know. There's nothing pragmatic about this. That's weird. There's something that just faded in that shot that makes me think that was somehow skip, insert tape B. Oh, I know that turtles sometimes become this later. But watch this. This is interesting, because it's all these things we've seen. And it looks like a zigzag, but it's really on the level. I say we go check it out. Wait, this might be a boss battle. Boss battle! Dun, 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 dun. That was weird, because I thought that song repeated. And if it repeated, I'm already angry at that cult of philosophy that thinks it can take away from its sins my sweet villain of the night and then give him up for posterity. I bid you adieu. Now there is a kingdom that's worthy of wailing, and now the princess is on it. It's coming along nicely, guys. Just keep it coming. Alright, well, I don't know where we skipped to in the game. You'd all probably be proclamatory that I've gone too far. But I think we'll be better off here. We're way further. This is the odd splendor of the game. I could never reckon to see less than this. And I think we were moving too close to the frame. and still looking tame from the ringmaster's name. Oh, please, would someone make this guy really scared with a ghost? Okay, he's not scared yet, but look at his eyes. He's doing something. He ran from the ghost. Run from the ghost, my friend, who I can't remember what I nicknamed you hours ago, minutes ago, days ago. It doesn't matter. When we play, we know what's on. And what if I told you someone that a gamer behind this all was playing through these games to see if they worked like they did on the convincing programs? And there's no need to debug because these games are perfection. There's no debugging necessary. Everything from top to bottom is accounted for. The computer is too fast and will too furiously know what is all accounted for in the medium of the video game premise of today, which is that all is flawless. There need be no debugging. It's a flawless game in terms of how it's made and the contents inside of it. And that we could just pay even more to get a copy is not surprising to me, because that's about the fact of it. What do you think, Dungeon Master? Now you're starting to win me back over. See, for a while I thought it would be ridiculous to even cheer me up with a statement like that, and now your philosophy's starting to wear on me. This is a really interesting philosophy you have. Now let's drop the subject and get back into the dungeon. We've wasted how many minutes having this conversation? Okay. I don't know if wasted is the right word, because I know Dungeon Master's scribbling everything down in a notebook that he's going to record later and then turn into this show, right? That this was all pre-recorded. Nod your head, yes or no. No? That means I'm recording it now and airing it later, and thus, check out this magic trick. It is pre-recorded. But that only means it was pre-recorded live. And when it's pre-recorded live, you really have to understand that it's what's going on right now, yeah. But it's being recorded. Pre-recorded. That just means before the official recording, which means that the official recording is before that. So it's the first recording, unless you get other recordings. And then it's whichever came before the one you were going to end on. No, that's not it either. All I have to think about it being the cinematic expert I am. Well, let's just leave that alone. And pre-recording means that you're actually filming. Pre-recorded live, I will tell you, means that in a live shot, Dungeon Master, you're going to like this. In a live shot, you can get what's going on now. But if it's pre-recorded, that means the whole live shot was filmed. It means it's basically like the whole live shot was filmed. And then you're watching it the second time, or beyond the second time, and it's still live. It's not live exactly then, but it's still a live shot, right? Does a live shot ever cease to be a live shot? Like, once you run a live shot and you watch it again, isn't it still a live shot, but it was a live shot? Come on, guys, get with me. I mean, if that's all we're talking about this episode, dude, I'm just gonna give up, because this is getting hard. I can barely hang in there with my buddy over here. We're not supposed to show his name. It showed up on the screen. Dungeon Master, am I making any sense? Yeah, you're actually not. I kept recommending you the honors of the show right now, because you're just belching me with my whoop, and I just can't finance a proffer without your recourse. So please buy me an offer. Oh, sorry, I'm starting to talk like him. He has such this variance of vocabulary that just haunts me, how much he extends his words and philosophies. Now that we're back in the game, we see the bomb going off and it blows everything up, and then we see our character, we see our player. This is by any chance, it's the wizard character, not the Dungeon Master character right here, but the wizard that is it's the white wizard, but he can use black magic like blowing people up, or blowing bomb people up. Now, bomb people aren't really that drastic to blow up, because bomb people really don't have feelings. They just explode. But you have feelings and they're trying to blow you up. It's kind of one of those unethical dangers you face in the game. But we're not charging that as any less of a reason to go out and get this game in droves, right? Everyone that's playing knows that they have to get this game in droves. And if they just buy tons of copies of it, they're expensive. They're worth your savings on a little bit here, let's face it. I spent my savings on video games. Who didn't? Come on now. But let's say this one really buckled me up for the awe, because it's like this addictive wave of gravy. And I couldn't explain the haze that was all around me, and then I suddenly found myself watching this game of like epic proportion, and I couldn't really explain how it made me feel all the way to really be in Dungeon Master 80. Oh, we must have commercial. All right, I see what you're saying. Right when we're getting sentimental about things. Now he's going over this. Oh, you've got to make it. If you go now, you should make it. All right, now he's going to ride that upwards to get the coin, which you have to get the coin, right? Because you're in this game, it's all about the bank. He's following the yellow brick road. He's getting the gold pieces. That all he ever wants is to get gold pieces. It doesn't matter if he even kills these armadillos with spikes on their back that are really scary, and you have to kill the armadillos. And it's like someday there'll be an endangered species, and they'll be like, why did we kill all the armadillos? And he's like, well, I had to. They were going to make me smaller and kill me and spike me with their evil spike. And I was just like, I'm staying out of there, bro. But now bombs are dropping on him, and I feel less guilty about him blowing up a bomb than I do even a spiked one of those. Maybe they're robot creatures. I don't know. What do y'all think? I'm not blaming you for shooting them with fireballs, Mr. Mario. Please don't shoot a fireball at me. I didn't mean to stir you up at all. Oh, you got blown, dude. You got blown by a bomb, man. Oh, dude, Mario, you okay, man? Oh, dude. I don't know, man. This is the most outrageous game of Mario I've ever played. What do you think, Dungeon Master? Outrageous? You're outrageous in a bad way. Come on, get out of here. Sorry, I have to keep kicking these guys out of my studio. They're so stoned they think they can run the place. And then I get back in here after being stoned, and I'm perfectly calm. But then something like you gotta get the coin, distracts me, and then we're back having that previous scene lodged in my mind forever as the bomb blew up right on Mario's path. Now, I don't think it would really get you into this game more to know we love our fans. We love you, fans of Dungeon Master. And we didn't mean to betray you for so long. And now we've betrayed you by even having the ending of this level anywhere in sight, because it's part 80, and I don't think there's any reason to go any faster or slower. I think we could go slow faster. Oh. I don't know how we got here, or what the direction was, or how we pulled away and noticed sometimes and didn't others. I think he's gonna make the jump. Oh, he makes the jump. This guy has not passed in one. This is the Never Die Mario. That's why I think it might be not so much an AI, but a bot controlled to run through the maze in the way of the gamers. But again, a flawless game deserves no debugging. But if they want to debug it just to prove it's perfect, by all means go ahead, but they can already prove it's perfect in perhaps this, which might already be a system of debugging, as are most humans that go through the game all the way. I'm telling you, it's a flawless game. This is a flawless game in terms of technicality. Thank you, I needed that. Oh, look. Boss battle. This time I don't know what I'll do. I'll jump on him and pounce him and see if that works. Oh, yeah. Keep dancing, buddy. This is pretty trippy. I don't know. It's suddenly looking pretty 360. Oh, I remember this game. It was for the, the Super Nintendo, or for the Super Nintendo. It was not even Mario World. It's like Mario Land or whatever. And I should know this by now. Oh, it's the DS one, so that means it's like not even the one I'm talking about, man. I'm so dementedly into this that I tried to see it. Hey, it doesn't matter. This level reminds me of a game I used to play, and sure, it may have been on DS, but why bother yourself about Fizz not mentioning the system? Because I say we can both look at it right and say it's a flawless game. Just because we forgot it was on the DS, and that our favorite people in the universe ever, our God, our shining armor, everything above God is there. And this is what is on the window that's going out, the mirror lamp, which is reflecting all the Northern Lights projected images onto it down to us. And that's how we project images back to that. Because when they come out, you can actually play movies on them. My friend in Jake Wilkinson's unicycle proved it to me already. I shit you not. I shit you not. Alright, so then he goes through the snow and he's shooting fireballs at everyone. Everyone's getting really ridiculously redemptive and recessionally repetitive around here, and I just find it so degrading that anyone would even consider that anything was a better time than what we're having now, right? Because it actually is kind of lame, kind of boring. We're sitting here going, why is he talking about video games? We're kind of bored all of a sudden. We say the word bored and we all get bored, right? I'm bored. Now we're all bored. But I'll tell you one thing. Wondering whether there was ever a turtle shell reasoning of good or evil made sense only if good for Mario is truly the good for not mankind, but the person playing the game does respect Mario for his ethics being somewhat humanitarian. Now, I could have divulged off of those 2 points, but I already used his name again, so I don't know if I can quite count it. But we're going in. We're going in like a shipwreck. No, we don't need a shipwreck. What we need is to just knock that bird out of its loop or whatever that thing is up there. Maybe just go on. Be yourself. Alright, now you guys are getting gushy again. I wasn't disappointed that they thought it was the Super Nintendo. But the DS is quite a system, is it not? We could argue all day, but Nintendo clearly puts out the greatest products always. Am I wrong? And no, I didn't think so. Because we all know this is so fancy, addictive to play. We love Nintendo. We do. I don't know how you're gonna knock one through this Vortex Dungeon Master, but you gotta take me to really new heights with this one, because I see spiky armadillos. Now, what's the point? If you get in their way, they'll hit you with a spike, right? So that's why you kill them, or avoid them, or if I see a lot of them, I get concerned. Now, what kind of animal was that? That looked like a bat. And what are those bats gonna knock you dead? Don't let anything knock you dead. Just kill it if it gets in your way, especially if there's more of it than there is of you. No, I'm just messing with you. Way out of that still. You're the fucking hero of the world. You kill 3 plants, you're already a hero in my book. You kill armadillos with spikes, you're making the world safe for me and you and everybody. But you kill the world for a turtle that can get you through a level that you smash a block with is eternal. Now, I don't usually rant like this, but I gotta tell you, this version of Dungeon Master is kind of quite clear what it could have been, what it had been, if I'd have done it myself. And I'm a friend of Aaron's, and I don't really want to name names because my friends of Aaron's, well, they're all various, and we all pretend to be someone else. But I gotta tell you, this game is not to be taken lightly of, nor is its compactual resonance on the video game supply of history chain. Now, if you would submit to my account what I need in Mario gear to play the new 900 next Mario games, do you comply? Dungeon Master bows before the great, one of the gamers in the shadows, and says, there may be an account waiting between the land of IGN and Total. Thought Police will restart now. The Thought Police have come. They want to know what just happened. Oh, I couldn't tell you if I tried. I had 2 gin martinis right afterward, and it just seemed like something was coming into my game, and I thought it was just an old friend, but it was a gamer or something. You don't need to know. Anyway, these armadillos ransacked me into Little Mario. Can you believe it? What are they going to know me as? Little... No, I can't say that. Your name isn't Mario. We all kind of being humorous in this and making jokes, of course. But we've got to wait. Buckle up, everyone. There is more to delight in the Dungeon Master that could have been more. The Dungeon Master that could have been more will be more. This is Dungeon Master. I had to go blast some weed because I don't know. I was coughing earlier, but it wasn't a fake cough because it wasn't my Kafka either. No, I'm just kidding. You can't even joke about that anymore. Wow, he just got raunched. No, he made it through. He came in through the bathroom window. Okay, he just... Clear level, not for Dungeon Master, for Mario. Please, there's no level up on this level. It's an upward battle, yes, getting there. This is an upward battle, men. Do we drag on through the system? Do we see where the commercials come in that pay for the things that are our glory? And now we see Mario. This is an interesting study on Mario because he's right, this could have been a lot bigger or a lot smaller. But it's pretty big to get this far through. I think we've all seen it through to get far in this mix-up. So yeah, I think we'll be just fine watching him, who we cannot name, who we've named so many times, because how can you forget from the beginning credits, and that it's down here, and that it's this guy that uploaded it first, and we just thank everybody for getting to use this, and ask everybody permission and pay them off if we need to, and even the gamers that are behind these designs. Get the YouTube funds and everything. Now this is interesting because these guys are like going to a deep under through a pit. But this is from a game that used to be on other games, or was it only on DS? Is the new question that solves our early melancholy approach to in our knowledge of history of games. That it tricked us in doing that. Makes me feel pretty good about Resolve, actually. I'm glad we waited to get Resolve. I don't know if we're ready for a tornado, but some of these turtles throw hammers, and some of them throw those armadillos. And if a turtle-throwing armadillo lizard guy was throwing armadillo spikes at me, I would shoot fireballs at him too. So I guess there is a necessity of the fireball that you need, especially for a man-eating plant like we just socked over with a few fireballs. And we gotta get the coins, Well, if you saw ahead what I see, you'd see that the end comes soon, but not soon enough, brother. For I have searched for thee on a regular basis. and I've never known whether the air was clear in there or if I could go in there and have another bong rip. Hang on. So if I'm gonna go into this Studley excavation, does that mean everybody's gonna be staring at me and wanting to fuck me? Oh, sorry, did I just say that on Mario? Oh no, was it Mario? Oh, you're breaking all the rules. I think we'll be okay as long as you keep it to a limited perception of what you were talking about. Gamers, are we still in? Yeah. YouTube, we still in? Of course, Erin. Why would we not be? For just to make us laugh, while about getting jammed with a giant staff of spikes that we do appreciate about you. Because that could have made us hurt getting slammed by a spike like that, not knowing if it was only the DS version or a Nintendo version had the same visuals, just done a little differently, and that's new. That thing's too big of a walking scare to be anything but the DS, bro. So if you focus right in and focus the camera, and you'll see more. Looks pretty good up front. Oh, he got mushed in the maze. No, it's okay. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna take every step of the path that we can. And though we've forgotten many things that we have tried to remember, that we want to remember, that we need to on the moment, even to our credibility, and our memory has lapsed from it all. Because it's a long way back down to level 1. No one has to go that route, but you can go in any order. Did I ever tell you in Dungeon Master rule? You can go the videos in any order. You had to get to level 80 to find that out. Or I mean part 80. It's part 80. Level 80 would mean we're 10 levels up from where we are, mate. And if we're 10 levels up from where we are, then how could we be on level 70 and this be part 80? It's kind of confusing. But somehow it just caught up like that. I gave out almost too many level ups. But we have a long way to go, and nobody usually gets this far. But you're coming with me through the spike cave. Cheer me up, man. Make another one of those dumb jokes that get you banned from... Only you have to go to Adult Swim and stuff because of that. So if you have to go to Adult Swim and Sherry Wares, go ahead. Just bleat out the bad parts of thinking of Sherry. But you didn't have to make me cry by getting me out of the spike room without thinking about it. Now I got a boss battle. There are so many boss battles in this. And this guy takes a lot of burden, but once you have the firepower, you can pretty much exit over the dragon. And if this was once a Game Boy game, then I'm really forgetting my place, because it looks like it's higher illustrated than that, and is DS though. Ooh, it's giving me the heebie-jeebies just to think about which gaming system it was and why we've been arguing that this whole time. It doesn't have to go far from here. We don't have to go much farther. Or is it further? We don't have to go much further or farther. We have to go farther, and farther. So please get us farther. So we're farther. Please. And once we've reached this mandatory point in all of our dungeon mastering, may us know that we have not the guilt of our fathers who never stood a ground to say they would rather play video games than work. But when you're the real gamer, video games are freaking work, so you don't mess with it. And like, if video games are your job, that's a cool job, because it's a really hard job to have. So I don't want to take lightly that it's a cool job, but 1 in a million becoming a video game maker, not really. It takes the cleverness of 1 in a million to be a video game designer and a gamer type. I guess we could go to sleep on these illusions and see our tide off to a fonder care. See our ways of reprobation over The tides are turning and people are getting peaceful and shut up, you guys, you're killing me with this. Oh, the one time I let you come in on the mic and all of a sudden you're ordering me what to do and you get on the mic and you embarrass yourself. Now, I'm going to have to go see what's going on with staff in a moment because I told them 30 minutes, right? So the staff of the show is calling me out right now, so I have to go. Dungeon Master must conclude. Sorry. Let's go see what she wants. Let's see if she's there. She wasn't there a second time. We're in audio land. We're almost done. Now there's nothing again. It means we must keep going because we cannot turn the tide on this, and I have until 6 o'clock. And this has been the conclusion of Dungeon Master for technical reasons that we cannot explain and may not be able to.